Hey, in this story, I will tell you about Nuptial night, so please subscribe to my channel, then start this story. I still remember that night, not as a memory, but as something that never really ended. It was my wedding night. The house was still echoing with distant laughter when they led me into the room. My friends teased me, my cousins giggled, and someone shut the door behind me with a soft click that sounded far louder than it should have. I stood there alone. The room was decorated in red and gold. Rose petals covered the bed in a perfect circle. The air smelled heavy, too heavy with incense and something sweet, almost rotten beneath it. Candles flickered along the walls, their flames trembling even though the windows were closed. And there she was, my bride, sitting on the bed, her face hidden beneath a long red veil. I swallowed. Even now, I can't explain why, but something felt wrong. "Charlie," I called softly. No response. I smiled nervously, telling myself she must be shy. After all, we barely knew each other before this marriage. It was arranged, traditional, respectful. She had seemed quiet during the ceremonies, but nothing unusual. I stepped closer. "Charlie, it's me." Still nothing, only the faint sound of her breathing, or at least I thought it was breathing. I sat beside her on the edge of the bed. The mattress dipped slightly, and for a moment I felt relief. This was normal. Everything was normal. Then I noticed her hands. They rested in her lap, pale and still, too still. I leaned closer. "Are you okay?" Her fingers twitched suddenly. I flinched. A strange coldness spread across the air, crawling like invisible insects. The candle flames flickered violently, as if reacting to something I couldn't see. And then she spoke. "You came." Her voice was not what I expected. It was low, dry, like it hadn't been used in years. I forced a laugh. "Of course, it's our wedding night." Silence. Then slowly, very slowly, she tilted her head, but the veil didn't move. That was the first moment I realized something was terribly wrong. Her head had tilted, but the veil remained perfectly still, as if it wasn't touching her face at all. My heart started pounding. "Charlie!" She lifted her right hand, then, and placed it on mine. Her skin was ice cold, not cool, not nervous, dead cold. I tried to pull back instinctively, but her grip tightened, far stronger than it should have been. "You late," she whispered. What? You weren't here when I needed you." A chill ran down my spine. "I think you're mistaken," I said quickly. "We just got married today." Her head tilted further, too far. I heard a faint crack. "You promised." My throat went dry. "I never." Suddenly, the candles went out, all of them, at once. The room fell into complete darkness. I froze. "Charlie," I whispered. No answer. Then, a soft sound, not from in front of me, from behind me. My blood turned to ice. I slowly turned my head, and there, in the darkness, I saw a shape, standing near the door, tall, still, watching me. I spun back toward the bed. My bride was still sitting there, unmoving, veil covering her face. Then who was? Before I could think, something cold brushed against my ear. A whisper. "I waited for you." I jumped up, stumbling backward. "Who's there?" The door was locked. The windows were closed. There was no one here, except her. I looked at the bed again. My bride hadn't moved, but now her veil was slightly lifted, just enough for me to see her lips. They were black, cracked, and smiling. My chest tightened. "This isn't funny," I said, my voice shaking. "Charlie, stop this." She slowly raised her hand and lifted the veil completely. I wish she hadn't. I wish I had run before that moment. because the face beneath the veil was not my wife's. Her skin was gray, hollow. Her eyes were sunken deep into darkness, but inside that darkness, something moved, something alive. Her lips stretched wider. "You forgot me." My legs felt weak. "I don't even know you." Her smile vanished instantly, and her expression turned into something far worse. Hurt, pure, broken hurt. "You left me to die." A chill dropped sharply. I could see my breath now. "I swear, I don't know who you are." Suddenly, she screamed, a sound so loud, so inhuman, it felt like it tore through my skull. The walls trembled, the mirror cracked, and in that broken reflection, I saw something impossible. Not one bride, but some. One sitting on the bed, and the other standing right behind me. I didn't turn. I couldn't, because I could feel her breath on my neck. Rotten, wet. "You married her in my place." My mind raced. "What are you talking about?" "You were mine." Her voice changed again, softer now, almost loving. "You promised, remember?" And then memories hit me, not clear ones, fragments. A village, years ago, a girl, laughing, a promise made under a tree. "I'll come back for you." My heart stopped. No, that couldn't be. I was just a child," I whispered. "You said you would return." My knees gave way. I fell to the floor. "I waited," she said. "Every night, every day, I waited." Her voice cracked, and when they came for me, my chest tightened painfully. "They said you forgot." A pause, and then they buried me. I couldn't breathe. No, I didn't know." "You forgot," she repeated softly. The bride on the bed suddenly stood up, but her movements were unnatural, jerky, broken. Her head twisted at an impossible angle as she looked at me. "Now you remember." The one behind me leaned closer. "So now you stay." Something grabbed my shoulder. I screamed and pushed forward, crawling toward the door. My hands shook as I tried to unlock it. It wouldn't open. Behind me, I heard footsteps, 2 sets, slow, uneven, coming closer. "Please," I begged. "I didn't mean to." Cold fingers wrapped around my ankle. I was dragged backward violently. I clawed at the floor, but it felt like I was being pulled by something far stronger than human. "You belong to me," she whispered. I turned. Both of them stood there now, side by side, identical, except one wore the wedding dress, and the other, it was covered in dirt, rotting, smiling. "You chose her," they said together. Their voices merged into something unnatural. "So now we choose you." The candles suddenly lit up again. The room returned to normal. The bed, the flowers, the decorations, everything was perfect, except I was alone, gasping, sweating. The door was open. Voices echoed from outside. "Everything okay?" someone called. I looked around wildly. There was no one there. No bride, no shadow, nothing. I stumbled out of the room. My family rushed toward me. "What happened?" my brother asked. I couldn't speak. I pointed back inside. They looked, confused. "The bride is waiting," my mother said. I froze. Slowly, very slowly, I turned back, and there she was, sitting on the bed again, calm, silent, her veil covering her face, as if nothing had happened. My heart pounded. "Go," they urged me. I didn't want to, but I walked back inside. The door closed behind me again. This time, I didn't go near her. I stood by the wall, watching, waiting. Minutes passed. Nothing happened. Maybe it was all in my head. Maybe it was just fear. Then she spoke, softly, sweetly. "Why are you standing so far away?" It was her normal voice,
My wife's voice. Relief flooded through me. I think I just got nervous. She giggled softly. Come here. I hesitated, then slowly walked toward her. Sit, she said. I sat beside her again. This time, her hand felt warm, normal. I exhaled. Can I see your face? I asked. She nodded gently and lifted the veil. It was her, beautiful, smiling, alive. I laughed nervously. I don't know what came over me. She leaned closer. It's okay, she whispered. I'm here now. I nodded. Yes, you are. She smiled wider, too wide, and then she whispered, so is she. My blood froze, because in the mirror, behind us, I saw the other bride again, standing, watching,
Waiting. And this time, she was smiling too. And after some days, everything is normal, and I enjoy my wedding life.